I honestly hate using Rotten Tomatoes, but people like to use it, they pick and choose, we all pretend no one cares about this website. But when it's a movie you guys want to push hate on, you guys throw Rotten Tomatoes in there. You showed the Rotten score, nobody showed the audience score. That's pushing 80%, meaning people that see this really like it. It means a lot of people that see this really like it. Everyone likes to pretend this movie was hot trash. I love that this score has shot up since it's actually been released, because people can see the audience actually enjoyed this movie. Then, as I told you guys before, I absolutely loved it. And today I want to talk about Sam Wilson's character, because there's a lot I liked about what they did in the movie, and there's a lot I really didn't. I guess spoiler warning, because I'm sure there are people that haven't seen it yet. You guys are gone? Okay, so the main thing I didn't like about what they did with Sam Wilson's character in this movie is that he still seems to be harping on the fact that he didn't take the serum. I think they added this in the movie because people won't shut the hell up about it, despite the fact that I've said many times, and he shows very clearly that in this movie, in this suit, he is far more powerful than any super soldier we've ever seen. So I don't even know why he still feels this way. Not to mention that this is 3 years after his show, so he's well established as Captain America. He's got the respect. We got Thaddeus Ross, the president, who we already seen in Civil War and in Infinity War, really does not like the heroes unless they listen to everything he says. And despite that, he actually really likes Sam and they get pretty close. We see the military really messes with him. There's even a touching scene in the movie where Falcon talks about how when he was growing up, he wanted to be like Sam Wilson. Like, he is established, he's inspiring people, this is Captain America. But when Falcon is nearly killed, he really thinks about the fact that he's not strong enough because he doesn't have the serum. This is when we get a cameo from Bucky, and it lets him know Steve had the serum, and he wasn't strong enough to save everybody either. The serum is not going to all of a sudden make you powerful enough to do whatever you want to do. He told him that when people listen to Steve, he gave them something to believe in. But when people listen to Sam, he gives them something to aspire to. He's just a guy doing his absolute best, and he gotta give himself a break. But I felt like this is something he should already know after 3 years of not having the serum. I would assume there are other moments where he struggles. Like at the beginning of the movie, the way he fights, I like that they're really showing you that he can't really walk through people like Steve could. He fights a bunch of people and they start to gang up on him, they even rip the shield out of his hands, and he's got to really work to overpower them. But we've seen a similar scene with the elevator scene in Captain America 2, and even with like a dozen men holding Steve down and them using a magnet to stick his arm to the wall, they still couldn't overpower him. Super soldiers are so OP in the MCU. So they really show you that Sam gets tired, he gets messed up. There was a scene they showed where he's fighting some no-name goon that ends up breaking his rib, and he's really having a hard time. And honestly, people thought that it was kind of stupid that the MCU would release this clip because they thought it made Sam look weak. But it makes Sam look human, which is the point. Sam can't just beat up anybody. The dude was way bigger than him. And there's a moment in the fight scene in the movie where Sam is hitting him in the face mad times, and the dude's allowing him to do so, laughing in his face like Green Goblin did to Spider-Man, because he is a lot stronger than Sam. So Sam has to work for it. And the reason their fight is so personal is because it's obviously trying to mirror the fight between Captain America and Batroc the Leaper in the second movie. See, if you guys remember when that fight first started, he's using a shield and he's being very defensive. And Batroc tells him, "I thought you were more than a shield." So he puts it away, he says, "Let's see," and he one-shots him. Sam can't do that. He doesn't have the serum. So when Sam puts his shield away and he smiles and he puts his hands up like they about to get to work, they get to work. I really like that about the movie. So I feel like with that message being spread all over the place, he should not still be harping over the serum. It just feels like kind of redundant, and it's like, alright, you kind of complaining at this point. You've been Cap for years, like, let it go. Now they do use it as a joke when he fights the Red Hulk, because Bucky told him during their conversation, you don't need it, bruh. Like, you're you, and you're a different kind of Captain America. People aspire to be what you are, so just let go of that serum. So when he fights Red Hulk, he's like, nah, Bucky's full of shit. I definitely should have took the serum, which I thought was funny. But I just hope when we get more projects of this Captain America, he's done thinking that way. Like, he has done amazing things. And like I said, as a fan of Sam Wilson's Captain America, or those of you who saw the movie, he did a lot of damage to Red Hulk before his suit was just incapacitated. So I don't want to hear nothing about if he's weak or strong without the serum. There's no super soldier that could have done that. Sam did it. So in my opinion, Sam is like the most impressive Captain America. That's my guy. Now, since I brought up the Bucky cameo, I think it's only right to let you guys know, it looks like he is running for office. They bring up the fact that I think he's trying to be a congressman, so maybe they'll talk about this in the Thunderbolts, but this is what he's currently doing. This is like his current storyline, is he is running for office. So I thought it was pretty cool. And when he speaks to Sam and tries to help him, you guys know Sam is the one that talks people down, but all of a sudden, Bucky seemed incredibly wise, and they kind of bring up the fact that he has people helping him with his speeches, so it's a little funny moment, but just thought you guys should know, Bucky is currently running for Congress. And still, my favorite aspect of this character is Sam is still able to talk to anybody, enemy or ally, see where they're coming from, and show them a better way to handle things. He even did it to Ross, not when he was Red Hulk, when he was Ross and he confronted him with the truth, with what he did to the leader and how he's basically the reason for all of this. And despite the fact that Ross wanted to do everything to keep that secret, he did kind of convince him that, come on bro, this isn't you, this isn't right, like you know what you did. And Ross started to calm down and understand that, yeah, I probably gotta take responsibility for this. And the reason that's so impressive to me is the whole point of him becoming the Red Hulk is because the leader knew no matter how good Ross is trying to be and no matter how much he's trying to change, at his core, he is an angry guy and he will lash out when cornered. So the fact that Sam is able to kind of calm him down because he was starting to get pissed off and let him know that you were wrong, you know what you did, but come on, like things aren't that bad. And it started to work really says a lot about the way Sam is able to talk to people. And I honestly thought it might play a role when it came to him fighting the Red Hulk, and he tried. It didn't work. He was really pissed, like the Red Hulk just wasn't hearing none of it. And it only started to work once he had worn him down enough for him to actually listen. And what really stopped the Red Hulk was actually a cherry blossom falling on his hand and him remembering his daughter. Sam's words only really helped. But Sam being able to talk to people is a really cool thing, and I hope they continue to carry that on to all the other projects that he shows up in. I think Anthony Mackie said he's got like 10 years of Captain America, because he's not trying to do this when he's way too old. There's also a moment of vulnerability in the film, and this is what I wish they did instead of him crying about the serum. There's a moment of vulnerability after Falcon is nearly killed where he goes to visit him at the end of the movie, and Falcon lets him know, I wish I were like you, you're always on point. I messed up, I nearly died. Technically he did die, they had to restart his heart. And Sam lets him know, I'm always on point because there's a lot of people fighting for a seat at this table. I'm gonna let a lot of people down if I slip up. But because of that, there's a lot of pressure. It feels like I'll never be enough. I understood that. Like that I want to hear from Sam, not I wish I took the serum. And he's also incredibly resilient. Like I really didn't think he'd take on the fight with the Red Hulk head on the way he did. He was trying to fly away and stuff, and I did say in a previous video, how the hell is Red Hulk always catching him? But when you watch the movie, it does make a lot more sense. He's actually trying to fight the Red Hulk with his vibranium wings and vibranium blades. He takes multiple shots and even steps in front of that pole that I showed you guys in the previous video because he was about to hit a lot of people with the pole of the American flag, definitely killing them. Sam put his body on the line in a lot of moments in this movie, even without his suit when he fights Sidewinder. This dude stabbed him in the belly with an axe and stabbed him in the chest with a knife. And Sam basically lets him know in that fight that without the suit he's got to fight even harder, so he finds a way to outsmart him and he still one-shots him. So Anthony Mackie's portrayal as Captain America was really fun to watch, between his relationship with all his friends, or the way he dealt with different situations, or when things got really intense you could feel the emotion. Anthony Mackie really killed it in this movie, and people are pretending he shouldn't be a leading man. Get out of here, bruh. Anthony Mackie did amazing, and I really like this performance. So although there's clearly an agenda when it comes to Sam Wilson and people are just trying to shut down any project that he's in as Captain America, I hope Marvel continues to push forward because based on the audience, we like this. And when it came to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we like that too. We like Sam Wilson as Captain America, and I loved this movie.